Oh, yeah. Hey. Can you dig it? Yeah, baby. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's Untethered Live on a Friday night. I'm your host, Jake Johnson, and joining me is the band hammer.
Howdy, Untethered Live family.
Howdy, howdy. How are you?
Good.
How are things?
Cold,
How
hot,
was
cold,
how-
hot, cold, hot, cold.
How was dinner?
It was yummy.
Hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. It's delicious. Had some fried chicken and some Mexican corn and Mexican toast and
Homemade
Mexican
macaroni and cheese.
macaroni and cheese.
Are you stuck on Mexican tonight, huh?
Yes, it was kind of spicy. How is everybody? It's Friday and it's cold. Oh, they're here and they're gone. I can now announce the hoodies have come, have been prepared for shipping, and now you can start looking for them. They are done. All right. I'll show them to you here in just a minute. Linda's first in chat, and she says, okay, I'm early. Hi, Jake and Amanda. Hi, how are you? I like it when you're early. You get the gold star for being first in chat. Linda says, I'll come back in a few. Don't leave. I didn't leave when you got here. What's up with that? And Linda says, never. Heart, heart, heart. Thank you. I need that. Amanda says, here's your, you say it.
Here's your gold star, Linda, and hamburger helper hand, Linda.
Hamburger helper. Judy's here. She says, hey, Linda.
Hi, Untethered Live.
Gamma,
family.
gamma, gamma.
No, it's Friday.
No.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
I hope everyone had a good week. Hi, Jake. How are you tonight?
Friday.
You better be Friday and happy it's the weekend and have a full belly. And
It's been a long day.
well, it's over with.
Yeah. Not yet, but I'm working on it.
It's nighttime now, so yeah, the day's over with.
Not yet, but I'm working on it. I'm still going.
What? It's your turn.
Oh, it's your turn.
Oh, Judy, hamburger helper hand.
All right. Judy says, hey, Amanda and Jake. Hi. How are you, Judy? Nice to see you. Linda says, hi, Judy, smiley face. And, where'd it go? Amanda must have caught the emoji bug from Amber. Aha. Yes, it looks that way, doesn't it?
LOL. No, just on that comment for Jake.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I like the emojis. I like this hot cup of coffee that I have here. Thank you for providing the coffee for the show. I appreciate that very much.
You're welcome.
It's delicious. Don't you want to have a cup with me and talk about the world? Talk about getting your hoodies? If so, go to the kitchen, pour yourself up a nice hot cup of coffee, and let's get it talking about it. If you don't have a cup, though, you can get one in the description below. I recommend the first one. It has this face on it. It is fantastic. But we also have stainless steel tumblers down there, big ones and little ones. They both have locking lids to keep your coffee hot for hours. They have the Untethered Live Bible Study logo on the front, all the platforms on the back, and they look great on your coffee table. So get one while you can. Also, please like, subscribe, share, support, join, and super chats are available in the chat box. But if you feel sorry for a fella, if you recognize it's hard out here for a pimp, and you want to help out, you can do that at CashApp $ Jake Johnson Band. I appreciate that very, very much. And one last thing. If you'd like to hang out with us outside of the YouTuberverse, you can do that over at Facebook.com/UntetheredLiveChillin'. The link is in the chat. It is a great place to hang out and share pictures, tics, videos, memes, and get to know one another on a personal level. There's a group chat over there for just us, so you can share less than desirable information if you wish, and it's private. It's just ours. And also, there are videos that are updated regularly that are adjacent to the things we talk about over here. Proof positive kind of things. It's entertaining. It's fun. It's free. It's yours. Why not go over there and check it out? So, how about that? And now, on with the show. Patty's here. She says, hello, chillins.
You have a freckle that's awful bright tonight.
I have a bright freckle. I'm a son of a bitch.
See it right in the middle, right to the right above your right eye.
There?
Where? I didn't see where you pointed to. Right. Yep. It's standing out tonight for some reason. I just noticed it.
I'm not self-conscious at all, so thank you for that.
It's cute. You got a bright freckle just poked out on your forehead.
It's an annoyance freckle.
No, it's not.
It is, and you're annoying me.
Well, fine
That's why
then.
it's poking out.
I'll cover it up with makeup for you then.
I'm not above that. Patty says, hello, Chillins. Hey, Patty. Nice to see you. Welcome to the show. Linda says, hamburger helper hand, Patty. Debbie's here. She says, hello, everyone. Debbie, nice to see you, dear. How are you?
Debbie? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Debbie and Patty, hamburger helper hand.
Linda says, hi, Debbie. Patty says, hi, ladies and outlaws. Patty, nice to see you. Amy's here. Hi, Amy. She says, like, shared, and invited some friends. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate you very much. La-da-da-da-da-da. I have to go into lurker mode because I'm at work, because of my workload. Hi, Jake and everyone. Well, get that work done, honey. We understand. Nice to see you.
Hamburger helper hand, Amy.
Linda says, Amy, hamburger helper hand. Madison's here. She says, hiya, Jake and everyone else. Madison, nice to see you, darling. How are you? Lovely of you to drop in and say hello. It's Friday. I'm tired. We're going to have a good time tonight. That's all that matters, right? Judy says, hey, Debbie. And Amanda says, Madison. You
Madison,
say,
hamburger helper hand.
Judy says, hey, Patty. And hey, Amy. And hey, Madison. And Linda says, Madison, hamburger helper hand. And Amy says, it's rush night. Like the band. Like, that guy? No. Oh, like the college thing. I got it. Thousands of students here trying to get into an academic fraternity, padding their resumes and networking. Hey. And there's always, getting hammered, doing really weird things. They do that too. What they call that? Hazing?
Yeah.
Debbie says, freckle my butt. It looks like a frying pan bruise. Could be. Could be.
That comment didn't post.
What? What did it say?
What the hell? YouTube censoring me again. It was in response to Debbie's comment. I said, nope, Debbie, I would have caught him square with a frying pan, LOL.
YouTube, leave my chat alone. We don't need no YouTubeification. We don't need your chat control. Hey, YouTube, leave us kids alone. Amy says it's supposed to start snowing about 1 a.m. and not stop until Sunday night. More than a foot of snow is expected with single-digit high temps. Wind chill in the negative 20s. Ooh, gross. Blink twice if you need help. Judy says, LOL, Debbie. Fab Daddy's here. Fab Daddy, nice to see you. He says, emoji. I heard this as a high five. No, that's a prayer. And that's a karate kick. This should be prayers. No, well, I guess it could be. Looks more like a karate kick, though.
Somebody kneeling
Could
on their
be.
knees
Could
with
be
their
a
hands together. But I think the other one could be a prayer, too.
I think anybody that sees that thinks this.
Yeah.
I guess it could be a high five, but they need to put bro in front of it or something if they want people to think that. Judy says, hey, Fab. And Amanda says,
Hamburger helper hand, Fab.
Fab Daddy says, hi, everybody.
And it don't matter. 90% of the emojis aren't used for what they're supposed to be used for anyway. So
Right. It's their own language.
we make up our own shit around here.
That's right. That's how we roll.
We leaders, not followers.
We're trendsetters, not trend followers. Did you see my shirt? It's very nice. It is mine. Madison says, Lamau, Mabel, and I were just talking the other day about how the song Another Brick in the Wall is funny because their kids singing kids singing sound very, very British. Yeah, the kids, they do sound British because they're British. And Debbie says, you mean an eggplant is not an eggplant?
Or a pickle?
No, it's a big old schlong. A ding-dong schlong. Linda says, here too, Amy, but our start time is Saturday night into Monday with 15 to 29 inches and -1 tonight. Yeah, they've been threatening our snow. We're not going to get any snow, though.
Yeah, we are tomorrow.
I don't see it happening.
I do.
Okay.
They got a massive thing going through southeast up to the north part of Florida. It's all blocked and snowed and freezing rain and sleet. And
tomorrow I have to go into work and finish a job I couldn't finish today. I ran out of time. So snow or not, I got to work.
Well, you might be going alone.
I probably planned on it. So.
If it's sleeting and raining and snowing, I don't know if I'm going out in it. And what you going to do with 15 to 29 inches there, Linda? Holy cow. That's kind of pushing it there, ain't it?
A girl can dream, can't she?
I don't know if you want to dream that big.
Damn it, man. Put me out of business.
I'll say that's a stop your ass from walking for a few days.
Oh, anyway.
Yeah, right? Focus.
You see that? Do you see that? Look at that. Pow. Pow. Flip it around. Just like my shirt. There you go. Nice, big, thick, lush hoodies.
Oh, yeah, they're thick, too.
Kangaroo pockets.
He was funny. Yesterday, he come in, and I was cooking downstairs and he come in, and he goes, how about coming and getting this shit off the bed? I'm like, what's on the bed? There's nothing on the bed. I go in there and look, and my hoodie's laying on the bed.
Yep. And I'm going to give them all a personal touch of my cologne.
Oh, Lord. He's going to make them smell like a French whore.
Debbie says, Linda, I hope your throat itches because it's going to get scratched if it's 29 inches.
Her lungs are, too.
Lungs are, too, yeah. Intestines, what are you talking about?
Linda says 20 inches. Finger hit wrong button. Hell, 20 to 29 inches is still too much.
And Fab Daddy says, I saw the shirt on Facebook. Nice job. Thank you. No, Amanda took that picture. Obviously. And that's what the hoodies look like. This is just a shirt that I had that I put the same thing on. Because I don't have any Untethered Live merchandise, so now I do.
Yeah, and he didn't make me one.
Well, when you grow up and become the president of a company, you can get your very own polo.
You know what?
After 10 years of hard work, you can get a polo, just like I did. I
just-
didn't get a Rolex. I got a polo shirt that wasn't even mine. I stole it, so damn.
Just
Jesus Christ, how much money do I have to lose?
just putting up with you on a regular basis 24/7, it qualifies me for a polo.
Yeah. You wouldn't even wear a polo. You're a girl.
I would if I had one.
Weird. Judy says we're supposed to be -19 tonight. It's kind of chilly right now here, but I don't think it's that cold.
No, our low tonight is 28, and then we'll be in the teens this weekend.
We can't compete with you negative people out there.
Nope, we don't hit negative. We just get the teens.
Well, we do occasionally. It's got negative once since I've been here. Maybe twice. Linda says, hi, Fab. Fab Daddy says, hi.
I will, Debbie.
Steal Jake's polo, Amanda.
I will.
And do what? You can steal it all you want. Madison says, Amanda, if Jake has a polo, you have a polo. That's how that works.
Right?
Thank you. Thank you very much. You're absolutely correct. What's mine is mine, and what's hers is mine.
No.
What's mine is hers, and what's hers is hers.
That's right. Get it right.
Hey, I'm doing the best I can out here.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
Mm-hmm.
I got a T-shirt, too.
I got a hoodie, too. And a T-shirt. And a polo. Mess with me, I'll make you take my sweatpants or a pair of pants to work and put it on a pair of pants too.
Yeah. I can do that. Anyway, it was a long time coming. I apologize it taking so long. As soon as I put in the idea to get it done, our machine broke down and it took us like 4 days to recover, and that put us a week behind. My intention was to have these out in between Christmas and New Year's Eve and have them to you by New Year's Eve. And it didn't work that way. Then I had to wait for my boss to get off his royal behind and get it finished in the computer so he could put it on film to get it to me so that I could actually do the work. And I had to stay over after work to get them done. So we got it done. It's done. But it took a week and a half, 2 weeks longer than I wanted it to, and I apologize for that. But they're done, and they're coming. Debbie says, I can see it now. No pants Amanda and a polo shirt on pizza night.
Right. LOL, Debbie.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Bill Bennett says, hello, UntetheredLive fam. Good to see you all. Bill, nice to see you, brother. How are you? Amanda.
Hamburger helper hand, Bill.
And Judy says, hey, Bill. And what are you guys up to tonight? No show that night for sure, says Linda. Which one? Oh, the pizza night? I don't stop for nobody. I got to do the show. I got to do the show. Even if that happens, it would just have to work around it or under it. I mean, the camera only catches this much, so there's a lot of room to work with. Bill says, my hoodie is on the way. LOL. I didn't earn it. Well, then you're not getting one. It's as simple as that. It's on the way if you earned one. The deal is, and it was, if you are a member, if you are a regular supporter, or if you are a moderator, you get a hoodie. If you don't meet the criteria, you do not. It's as simple as that. It's not a popularity contest. If you don't get one, it doesn't mean anything. There's a limited supply, so who gets them, gets them. And if you want one next time, help me keep the show afloat, and I'll send you the next one. Debbie says, Linda, on those nights, Amanda's under the desk. If you ever hear this noise, just know that there's things going on beneath the camera.
Or Jake loses his train of thought mid-sentence. Not be able to say nothing for a second or two.
Yeah. So how that? Oh.
Okay.
Linda says, smiley face, Debbie. Amber says, hamburger helper hands. Good evening, friends. Unicorns and hearts. Hey, Amber. Nice to see you.
Well, then you might have been on the list to get one, Bill. Because I think you did have a membership when all that was going on.
Yeah, if you're on the list, you get one.
Did you send us your address?
If you sent me your address, you got one coming. I don't remember who's all on the list right now. There's 20 of you, so 20 of them. Now, Judy says, hey, Amber. And Linda says, Amber, hamburger helper hand. Hamburger. Amber says, happy ridiculously elderly dwarves day, everyone. And remember that everybody deployed. Everybody? Everybody deployed? Debbie says, it's just a leg cramp, people. It'll be okay. Just give Jake a minute.
Amber helper hand.
Yeah. When my face immediately leaves camera. Yep.
He starts shaking over there, convulsives. See his arm going.
Bill says, awesome. I'll repay the favor to the show. That's entirely up to you, buddy. If I print a Gore-Tex jacket, I'll take one, says Fab Dad. I don't know what Gore-Tex is. You mean a windbreaker?
I think it's a windbreaker.
Well, believe me when I tell you, the hoodies were pricey enough. I don't know if I can handle a windbreaker right now. I don't know if those are more expensive or less expensive, but yeah. It was a job. A good job. A worthy job. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying. I don't know if I could do a jacket.
Next time it'll probably be T-shirts.
Probably be T-shirts next time. I bit off a little bit more than I could chew. But I got a big mouth, so. But first you got to tell me what a Gore-Tex is. It sounds like a villain on a cartoon. Or a hat. Yeah, their hat. You can get a hat right here. Just look at the link below. You can get a hat right there. They're already available. Right down in the description below. Bill says, I don't wear hats. Then why are you talking about getting one then? Are you just being contrary now?
No, you're just throwing ideas out there. What it'll be next time.
Or a hat. I don't wear hats. How about a do-rag?
Yeah, it's a windbreaker.
Gore-Tex is weatherproof material. Is it a windbreaker? Just say windbreaker, Democrat. John from across the pond. What's up, Nugget? He says, good evening, everybody. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you.
Hamburger helper hand Nugget.
Judy says, hey, Nugget. And Linda says, hi, Nugget. Madison, what you guys been doing? Up in the great beyond, the great divide.
They're probably covered in snow up there.
Would imagine that's most of the year there. Every picture I've ever seen, it looks like that. Except for Nova Scotia. That looks like anywhere in America. Matter of fact, there's a couple of TV shows that are set in Nova Scotia that I've watched over the years, and I didn't even know they were Canadian until they said something, or until they pulled out money, and I was like, what? That's weird.
Ooh, I got an email from Brightspeed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Telling us to be warned that the internet might go out with the snow coming.
Yeah, they freak out about weather around here.
And they'll get on it as soon as they can.
Bill says, you guys are awesome. Snow is coming tomorrow night. That's what they say. Everybody's prepared for it. I don't know. It doesn't scare me too much. A little bit of snow ain't never hurt nobody.
People wiping out all the stuff on the grocery stores. All the shelves are empty. All kinds of stuff.
Nice. Madison says, yes, lots of snow. LOL. I'm taking Hannah again this weekend. Nice. You girls seem to have hit it off quite nicely. I like that. Fab Daddy says, I want a pair of untethered cowboy boots so I can kick the bullshit aside. Amen. I'll look into it. I can't promise you nothing. Those are kind of hard to get made.
You can't print those.
No, they have to be embossed.
What's it called?
Embossing.
Fire stamped.
No, it's called embossing. I don't know about a fire stamp.
Braided. What's it called?
Embossing.
No, it's something else where you burn the pattern on the metal thing and you just touch it to the boot.
That's called a brand.
Brand. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's not how they do that.
You could.
I mean, you could, but you'd damage the boot. The boot's made out of leather.
Oh, yeah.
Leather burns.
Yeah. You don't leave it on there that long.
Madison says her mama deserves a break every once in a while. She needs it, and I agree. Made from meth gator skin. Yes, the old methed up gator. Missing teeth and all.
That was hilarious.
What?
Down in Florida, they said to stop flushing your drugs down the sewer because it was getting into the pond systems and hurting the animals, hurting the critters.
That's where I got the idea for the methed up gator. And then somebody stole it from me, so I quit using it. But I was going to make a show called the Methed Up Gator, where it was a redneck character that watched videos and made fun of them, like, so many other YouTubers do. And then have a mascot, a Methed Up Gator. Even got the drawing. And somebody took the idea from me and used it, so I let them have it. And then they quit using it, so I guess that's one way to stop somebody from having a good idea.
Yeah, now if you use it, he'd swear up and down it was his.
Heavens. What can you do? I am guilt-free of that situation. I did everything I could to help. I'm not worried about it. Fab Daddy says, we got Canadian heroin honkers. What is that? A Canadian heroin honker. Is that somebody from up north that gets high and tweaks women when they go by? Hey. Mr. P's here. He says, hey, all. I hope you're all good. Fantastic, Mr. P. How are you doing, sir? Nice to see you. Geese. Oh, geese. Heroin honkers. Quack, quack. Got it.
Mr. P, hamburger helper hand.
Judy says, hey, John. I think they have another name there, Fab Daddy. Why heroin honkers? Were they really skinny? Got a faraway look in their eyes? Did they play Jackson guitars?
I think that's one of the popular drugs in Canada.
Probably. It's popular everywhere. Linda says, John, hamburger helper hand. How you doing, John? You doing all right this week? John says hi. What a beautiful day.
It was so hot yesterday.
Brandon Leather, says Amy.
Yeah.
That's what she's talking about, but the way you do boots are by embossing. It's kind of like branding, but it's more pointed. Fab Daddy says the cartel are strapping heroin on the geese flying south. Really? That's interesting.
Wow.
Surprised they can fly with a load. I guess that's one way to do it, though.
Yeah.
Nugget says, had my mom's funeral Wednesday. About 400 came. Wow.
Nice.
Nice. Dakota Wright, what's up, buddy? Long time no see. Dakota says, hi, friends. Hi, Dakota.
Dakota, hamburger helper hand.
I'm glad to hear that there was a good turnout there, Nugget. How you holding up? Mr. P says, Linda, how's your son's recovery going?
Yeah, is he leaving his boot on, Linda, or are you going to have to get him put in a cast?
Thank God, knock on wood, I ain't never broke a leg or an ankle or an arm.
Sucks breaking an ankle.
Yeah, I've heard.
I broke the same one 3 times.
I've broken all my fingers and toes and 2 of my ribs and a collarbone twice. And my nose and my eye socket and my jaw. But I've never broken a leg or an arm.
I've shattered my coccyx 3 times. Shattered my elbow.
Nugget says, doing okay, just working and sleeping. Thanks, everybody. And that's all you can do at that moment. I know how it is. It ain't been too long. I went through that myself. 2015. It still feels like yesterday. Judy says, so sorry, Nugget. Dakota says, message retracted. Well, I can't read it if you retract it, Dakota. And Dakota says, hi, Amanda. Linda says, John, he's not so happy tonight. The other 2 boys went to the roller skating rink, and he had to stay home.
Well, he could have went. He just couldn't skate.
He could slalom, skate on one leg. That's harder than it looks, though. Madison says, fingers, toes, and ribs. Who'd you piss off, Jake? LOL, just kidding. The world. I was a rough kid. I've always taken on more than I can handle on purpose. Sometimes it won.
Linda, you remember them adjustable roller skates that we could get for, when we were kids? They adjusted and they clipped on your shoe. You could have got him some of those and sent him to the skating ring with them.
One of those things that the nurses use. It's like a scooter, but you just lean on it with one knee.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got handlebars and 4 wheels, and you just lean on it with one knee and scoot around.
The leg walker.
Mm-hmm. Linda says, hi, Dakota. Fab Daddy says, roller skating is so 70s. Can be. I'm so 70s too. Dakota says, hi, Linda. Judy says, hey, Dakota. Linda says, doctor said he has to be a couch potato.
Oh, break out the video game.
Couch potato, couch potato, couch potato, yeah. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4.
Go buy him a video game that's roller skating, Linda.
Mr. P says, oof, I remember my sister Rachel fell off the swing and broke her arm the very first day of summer. She was so upset, and we just prepared our pool for the summer, and I hope he's not down too long, though, right? And Amy says, my deepest condolences, John. Nugget. Nugget says, thanks, Amy.
Yeah, that would suck, just getting the pool ready for summer, anticipating going swimming, and then nope. That would suck.
Damn, if I wouldn't be in there like that.
Right? I'd be done got me a bag and taped it up with duct tape all the way to my shoulder.
Something. Dakota says, hi, Amy. Nugget says, be right back. I'm going to get coffee. Hey, that's an idea, Nugget. Coffee always makes it better. Linda says, I told him he's lucky it's not summer, right?
But now him being locked down, he's going to drive you crazy when summer hits and want to catch up with everything that everybody else did.
I think she means because it'd be hot and itchy in the cast. And stinky. Those casts smell atrocious after a while.
He's got a boot, so he got lucky.
Oh, the little strappy thing that's got the round bottom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hate those. I had a friend when I was a kid, broke his leg and had to walk around in one of those things. I walked him all over the place in that thing. Well, we would walk up the road, go like 5 miles away walking. I didn't take no pity on him. He stayed right with me, so I just kept going. I never thought about it until I was grown. I was like, God, I really gave it to that guy. He should have been sitting at home with his foot propped up. Poor kid. But I was a go-getter back then. It wasn't nothing for me to walk 15, 20 miles to go somewhere.
I was mad. One time I was shutting the van door on the van for the school, and my hand, it was raining, and my hand slipped off the handle, and my elbow got between the door and the door jamb.
Yummy.
And it slammed shut and shattered my elbow. I was so mad I couldn't race because I couldn't shift. They wouldn't let me race. I was mad.
Fab Daddy says Jake would have a cast that didn't stink. That is correct. Yes. I do not stink. I know you don't like to hear that, but it's the truth. I'm just better than you, I guess. Mr. P says, so sorry to hear that, Mr. Nugget. No one more important than Mom. Dang, man. Much love, brother. Heartfelt, for real. Amy says, Dakota, wave your hand. Yeah, I've taken quite a few tumbles in my life. Never like the clumsy kind, but like the falling off at the top of a tree and hitting every branch on the way down kind. And I've shattered a few things here and there. But I'm tough, so I just walk it off and go do it again. Dakota says, whatever that is.
Finger heart.
I thought it was a mask for a really weird burlesque show.
Nope, finger heart.
Hi, you come to see the party? Can a dance? You know Harvey Weinstein? Sorry. Mr. P says, oh man, those casts reek. Yes, they do. After a while.
Yeah, I used to put powder in mine and then blow it out with the air compressor.
Lord have mercy.
I'd sit there with the jet nozzle with the air compressor blowing it all down in my cast.
And I bet that's what you were doing with it.
I was. I was too young. I didn't know any of that then. Yeah.
Nugget says, thank you, John. At least she had Christmas and her birthday on the 27th of December. Right.
That's
on.
right. And you got to spend all you could with her before
and she had her son.
Yep. She had her son.
That's beautiful. I was grateful enough and lucky enough to be holding my mom's hand when she took her last breath. On one hand, I don't wish that on anybody, and on the other hand, I think that's the only place I should have been. So. I'm glad it worked out the way it did. All right, it's Friday. What you guys want to talk about?
Sleep.
We can't talk about sleep. Got to talk about upbeat things. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Dakota says, I'm working at night. Cool. Me too.
And Judy says, you were there for her until the very end, Nugget. You're such a good son.
Absolutely. That's what a good son does.
Hope you got lots of pictures too, Nugget.
Debbie says, Kevin's not here. Can we talk about him and make up some rumors? Yes, absolutely. Where is Kevin and why is he pulling back so much?
Debbie keeps putting him in the snow.
Nugget says, did you like the pickle, Jake, with the stash? Yes, I did. I loved it very much. I think I commented on it, didn't I?
Yeah, there's a few pickle pictures going around with stashes.
Yeah, I'm collecting them. Pretty soon I'm going to pick one and make it a logo. Dakota says, hi, Nugget. Amanda. Hey, Cowboys 8 panels here.
Cowboys, hamburger helper hand.
Hey, Cowboys. Welcome to the show. Judy says, hey, Cowboys. And Linda says, Debbie, is Kevin getting the trucks ready for the snow? Probably. Amber says, Cowboys, hamburger upper hand. Fab Daddy says, I am going to deal with my mother passing away. It's a rough thing, but I know it's inevitable. Yeah, you're going to have to figure out how to handle it. And it is inevitable, and there's nothing you can do to stop it, and time moves on so fast, and it's just like pretty soon you're there. Even if you got a ways off before, it'll get here so fast. And I recommend that you spend every second that you can with her because you won't get any more time when it's over. So get it while you can. And make sure she knows you love her, and that's all you can do. Nugget says, I was going to put it in leather pants. Yes. And Dakota says, hi, Amber. Amber says, Fab, good evening, smiley face and cool smiley face. Amy says, Jeremiah 31:13, I will turn their mourning into joy. I will comfort them and give them gladness for sorrow. Amen. Thank you, Amy. Fab Daddy says, good evening. Linda says, Cowboys, hamburger helper hand. And Amber says, Dakota, hamburger helper hand. That's hello and Jake. Amy says, Matthew 5:4, blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Psalms 147:3, he heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. And that's how you get through it. You lean on God. Amen. Nugget says, hi, Dakota, heart. Dakota says, amen. That's all you can do is trust God and realize that this has happened to every living being that has ever lived or ever will live. All of us have to face death. First, death of people we love, and then our own. We are going to find out at some point that we're not immortal and that we have just a few more days left, and then we have to face up to it. Nugget says, thank you, Judy, heart. Amber says, Jake, I put you and Miss Hammer a card in the mail today for my new address. Excellent. Well, I'll hold off on sending your hoodie until I get it. It's here and it's ready to go. And I was just waiting on getting to talk to you so I could get that new address. But if you're sending it to me, I'll send it to that address. And Judy says, you're welcome. John says, I knew my mom was fading in hospice for a whole 2.5 years. Still, on that last day, I was in pieces. It felt like I really let her down to that point. Nothing prepares you for it. You didn't let her down. You were there. That's more than she could have asked for. What is a good movie, something newer, looking for suggestions? Well, Fab Daddy, I don't do newer because there are no good movies newer. They're all garbage, every one of them. If you want a newer good movie, the best I could offer you is Top Gun Maverick. That's a good newer movie. And it's bleh at best. They just don't make good movies anymore. I am kind of excited about the new Masters of the Universe movie they just dropped a trailer for, though, this week.
I will say we watched the old one last night.
Yeah, we watched the old one last night, and it was fair. And I'm excited to see what they do with the new one, but there's some hints in the trailer that'll let you know that it's
Little woke.
ate up with the wokeness, just like everything else is these days. Judy says, I'm sure you never let her down, John. I'm sure she didn't think that either. One thing I learned about people that are dying is that everybody dies alone. Even if they're surrounded by people, they're the one that has to face the death. They have to come to terms with the fact that they're dying. So it doesn't matter if you're there to them or not in that way, because they're facing the idea that they're no longer going to be. But somewhere in the back of their mind, subconsciously, they need you there, and they're aware of that. So you being there is the most important thing you can do. Nugget says, we haven't lost anyone. We'll all meet again. Prayer. That's true. Yeah, nothing has died yet. That's a fact. They just transformed into a different form. Fab Daddy says, what was the gold miner that fought Nazis? They made a second one. That's called Sisu, and that is a good movie. I didn't think you would like that, though. But if you are into that, that's a good movie. Sisu, S-I-S-U. It's a Finnish movie, and the first one, the main character has one word in the entire movie, or one phrase. He says one thing in the entire movie, no dialogue. There are other actors that talk, but the main character does not.
What was that movie we watched that didn't have any dialogue to it?
You're talking about Metamorphosis. No, Metropolis.
Metropolis. Yes.
Metropolis.
That was a good movie.
That was a good movie, but it's a silent movie. And it was made in the 1920s. But Metropolis is a very good movie. It'll definitely open your eyes to some ideas that you didn't think people were thinking about in those days.
Yeah, and it's remastered and all that stuff, so it's easy to watch.
Yeah.
But there ain't no doubt in your mind what's going on, and it don't say a word the whole movie.
Vigor or something, says Fab Daddy. I don't remember what the guy's name is, but he's a Finnish actor, and I don't think he speaks English. His line in the movie is in English, but I don't think he actually speaks English. But it's a good movie, and I think you'll enjoy it. I haven't seen the second one. Amy says, hi, everyone. Sorry if I missed you. I'm very busy at work. John says, you remember the damnedest things when you're hurting, though. Like when she first got sick, I was super busy, and she asked me to make her eggs. Her aid worker was due, so I asked if she could wait. And she remembers that, or you remember that? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The only thing my mom wanted to eat was French fries, and I mean hand-cut French fries, not the kind from the bag. So 5 times a day I had to peel potatoes and make French fries. And when I questioned her about it, because I wanted her to eat something and get stronger, she thought I was trying to get out of doing it and responded accordingly. I was not. Fab Daddy says, little Hollywoodish, but lots of action. Are you talking about Sisu? And that's not Hollywoodish at all. It's Finnish. They made it in Finland. Or are you talking about Top Gun Maverick, because that is Hollywoodish. And cleverly, they don't name the bad guy, which is stupid. It's obviously Russia or China. John says, never thought I'd regret one empty-minded decision so much in my whole damn life. I know exactly what you're talking about. But I assure you that wasn't on her mind. And even if it was, it's insignificant. What's important is you were there and that you loved her. And she knew that. John says, be mindful, you never know. That's correct. Judy says, don't dwell on the negative, John. I'm sure you did fine. Right on. Nugget says, I like watching Laurel and Hardy. Me too. They're from my hometown. Fab Daddy says, I just watched Chaos Theory here on YouTube, free with ads. Not bad. I've seen that movie. I don't remember a lot about it, but I've seen it. John says, it is what it is. That's the hardest part. I say be mindful because once the story is written, you got to deal with your burdens. Nobody can help you bear them. That's fact. God finally did, though, says John. Amen. Sisu was Hollywoodish towards the end with the plane sequence. Well, I mean, I think they did a good job. It was a Finnish movie. It's made in Finland by people that make movies in Finland, which means they're not very good at it. So I think they did a good job. If it was a little Hollywoodish to you, it was because they were mimicking Hollywood, because that's what they know how to do. There's not a big Finnish movie market, so I think they did a good job. But you're right, it was a little out there, especially when he caught on fire and kept going. But you're not watching the movie because you want to, study physics. You're watching the movie because you want a mindless action flick that just keeps hitting. And it does. It delivers. I like Sisu. And I'm looking forward to seeing the next one. I haven't seen it, though. As soon as I can get a handle on it, I'm going to watch it. I'm really excited about this Masters of the Universe movie coming out, though, because they might actually do a good job with it. It remains to be seen. I have not heard who is actually doing the making, though. I don't know who's making the movie. Nugget says, I want to watch Oppenheimer. Haven't seen it yet. I wasn't overly thrilled with Oppenheimer. It was a good movie, but it's a little slow, and it's inaccurate in about 4 places. Like, purposely inaccurate. Somebody made the decision to say something that wasn't true. Linda says, has anybody watched Ripple? I think it's a series on Netflix. I have not. Debbie says, John, no matter what you did or didn't do, it has taken me 14 years to realize that she has already forgiven you and forgot about it. So you need to forgive yourself and don't get stuck. Amen. Don't get stuck in the should-haves. Yeah, coulda, woulda, shoulda is a bad place to be in your mind. That'll put you on sit still very quickly. And Judy says, amen, Debbie. Hit that like button, everybody. Subscribe, share, support, join, and if you can, that would be nice. I'd appreciate that very much if you could. Judy says, I read that one. Let's see, what's another good movie that's come out? I really can't think of one. Top Gun was a good movie, but it was a good movie, and they've already done it. So it's like more of the same thing. So I can't call that a good new movie because it's the old movie. They just remade it. It's the same movie. I mean, they hit all the beats. Remember when Force Awakens came out? Or whatever the new Star Wars movie? I think it's The Force Awakens. Isn't that what it was called? When the Force Awakens or something like that. Anyway, it was a shot-for-shot remake of the first A New Hope. It was just done with a girl. Come on. I can't call that a new movie. Nugget says, John, she's looking down on you and she would have wanted you to be happy. Prayers. John says, thanks. I've gotten a much better outlook now. Those first 5 years weren't good. I honestly didn't intend to make that about me, just where my head went. I wasn't relating to John Nugget, tough time. Or I was relating to John Nugget, tough time. Yes, that's right. That's what we're here for, each other. And that's okay, John. And if it's on your heart, that's what I want to talk about. I don't think you're making it about you at all. But, you know, we got to keep each other held up and moving forward. Amy says, I haven't seen Oppenheimer either. Again, it's a fairly good movie, but it's a little bit slow and it's a little bit drawn out and it's inaccurate in about 4 places. So just know that going in. It is not a blockbuster by any stretch of the imagination. It is a slow burn. So if you're expecting it to be, it's not. But it is a good movie. Nolan makes good movies, Christopher Nolan, except for Tenet. I have to say, Tenet sucked. That was a terrible movie. Whoever thought that was a good idea, it wasn't. And Nugget says, John, remember the good times like I'm doing. Right on. After a while, that's all you'll be able to remember is the good times. Be like the bad times never happened. Because they're not important. You can only remember bad stuff while you're alive. It's kind of funny how that works, actually. When people are alive, you remember all the negative things. You're paid the shit out of you. When they pass on, all you can remember is the cool stuff. I think the mind is just programmed that way. Mr. P says, absolutely. I say that all the time, John. Wow. Judy says, I always remember the good times. Debbie says, I rewatch movies sometimes just for the music. I like A Star is Born. Excellent movie. The Streisand version, I can always watch it for the music. Yeah, I like the Streisand version. And I like the Lady Gaga and the other guy that played the raccoon. I can't remember his name. Bradley Cooper. Is that his name, Bradley Cooper? I like that version, too. It's a good movie. Do you know Elvis was supposed to play that part? And Colonel wouldn't let him. Fab Daddy says, what did you think about the movie Inception? I thought Inception was a pretty good movie, but I didn't care for the subject matter. But it was a good movie. Technically, it was a good movie. It was well shot. The effects were fantastic. And the storyline was logical all the way through. I just didn't care for it. Mr. P says, I tell the good stories usually. I went darker today. I don't know why. Just might be one of those moons, man. It's all right. Fab Daddy says, I rewatched Spaceballs last week, and I regretted it. You regretted it? Why? I love Spaceballs. I've seen that movie 100 times.
Spaceballs is the shit. No matter how many times you've seen it.
What did you regret about it? Are you just not into Mel Brooks humor? You didn't get it? What was it? Debbie says, I knew that. I like Chris Christopherson, so I'm glad Elvis didn't. Me too, actually. I'm sure he'd have done a great job. I mean, he was a good actor when they would let him act. But I think Chris Christopherson was more suited to that role. I mean, it's kind of hard to picture Elvis as a nobody that turns into a somebody. Elvis is the king. You can't picture him being destitute. It just wouldn't look right. Especially with what happened to the guy. That's probably why Colonel wouldn't let him play the part. The Wanderers, good film. Yes, The Wanderers is a good film, Nugget. Mr. P says, definitely was good. A good flick. I keep on having people tell me to see Interstellar 70 millimeters IMAX version. It's not showing anywhere near me right now, though. Also, Christopher Nolan film. Yes, and Interstellar also technically a great movie. I hated it, though. I hated it because it's scientifically inaccurate, despite the fact that everybody says it's scientifically accurate. I go by a different science book, so there were things I wanted to see in Interstellar that they did not do, especially the end scene with the Tesseract. That was a bad way of visualizing a Tesseract. But how do you visualize a Tesseract, right? So devil's advocate, he did the best he could do with what he had to work with. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. This is highbrow stuff I'm talking about here. If you do know what I'm talking about, then you know you can't visualize a Tesseract in 2 dimensions or 3 dimensions. Fab Daddy says, it's a bad movie, almost as bad as Fletch Lives. Fletch Lives is not a bad movie. Wait, which one? Are you talking about the John Hamm one or the Chevy Chase one? The John Hamm one is a bad movie. You're right.
Spaceballs is not a bad movie. It's just a spoof and it's hilarious.
Yeah, Spaceballs is not a bad movie. It's a great movie.
It's made to be that way.
It's intentionally dumb. You have to look between the dumb to see the cleverness. It might not be your thing.
I bet you don't like Airplane or Naked Gun or none of that either.
Amy says, remember the good times and then remember the kids and start falling into sorrow because of it. Grief never ends. It always just it's always just below the surface. It does get better. Grief does not ever end. It will never go away, but it does become livable. I promise. Time will make that tolerable. And the problem is you don't want it to be tolerable. You want to feel bad about it. Subconsciously, that's what's going on. In your heart, you want to hold on to it. That's why it's bad, because it's slipping away. And it feels like that. But if you allow it to, it'll take its rightful place in a box, and you can move on with your life. But you got to allow it to. John says, I think it's so mind-boggling, I lost the plot the first time through it. Which one? Are you talking about Interstellar? I thought you just said you hadn't seen Interstellar. Fab Daddy says Animal House is a cult classic. Animal House is a cult classic. But also, good for a different reason. It's not a good movie. Not by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not supposed to be. Like The Blues Brothers is an excellent movie. It is not a good movie.
Right, Mr. P?
Amy says, remember the lost, not the kids. Remember the lost, not kids. Right. John says, Spaceballs is epic. Man, we ain't found shit.
We ain't found shit.
Found anything yet? Nothing yet, sir. You want to know the best part about that scene? The guy that says, we ain't found shit. That's Tuvok from Star Trek Voyager. Just so you know.
Get that guy some Pepto-Bismol.
Water my ass, get that guy some Pepto-Bismol.
Check, please.
I'm a Mog. Half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend.
Watch where you're sticking that thing.
It's got a mind of its own, lady. What it is, what's up, buddy? He says, a good flick. They say, hello, everyone. A good flick, they say. Hello, everyone. What's a good flick? You can't just say a good flick. What good flick?
He says, they say a good flick.
They who?
Everybody. A good flick.
Says my tongue.
Mm.
Amanda says.
Hamburger helper hand, what it is.
Judy says, hey, what it is? John says, Interstellar. Okay. I thought you just said you hadn't seen Interstellar, or you want to see it 70 millimeter IMAX. Got it. Yeah, I didn't like that movie at all. I really didn't. But it was a good movie. Technically, it's a very good movie. I just didn't like it. Not accounting for taste. I can recommend a movie I don't like, you know. It is a good movie. You'll probably love it. I hated it. It rubbed me all kinds of way wrong, especially that robot. The little... It's a terrible way to make a robot. Amy says you'll never heal from grief, but you do learn to live with it sometimes. And John says, I saw the movie, just not in IMAX. I got it. Fab Daddy says, message retracted. I can't read it if you retract it, Fab Daddy. Amber says, what it is. Hamburger helper hand. Good evening, friend. Nugget says, I watch a lot of Alfred Hitchcock movies. Alfred Hitchcock is a master in suspense. If you want to learn how to make something scary, watch Alfred Hitchcock. He knows how. He's the best one at it. And the way he did that was by not showing you the bad guy or the monster. He would make you imagine it. He would show you the action right up to the point of something bad happening, and then he would pan away and show a shadow or, you know, make you imagine what's happening, because there is no movie maker in the world better than your brain, and he recognized that, because you can imagine it better than they could ever make it. And that's the beauty of his work. Mr. P says, do you, Amy? Only choice left. Or you do, Amy. Only choice left. Right. You have to get over it. Live with it. Bean flicker, says Fab Daddy. I am a bean flicker. A man in the boat puncher. Down at the YMCA, you know what I'm saying?
I plead the fifth.
And the third and the fourth and anything else I want you to plead. Yeah, baby. Yee-Haw. Let's see, what's a great movie? I love a lot of great movies. It depends on what genre you want and what kind of movie you want. If you want a highbrow movie, or if you want a suspense movie, if you want a drama, action, comedy, horror. For horror, I'm going to cut off at about 1994. They don't make good horror movies anymore. There's no such thing as a horror movie that is not rated R that is scary. It doesn't exist. Jakey's dinner at the Y. That's right.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert. Midnight snack.
May the Schwartz be with you. Oh, that's all we need. A Druish princess. Funny. She doesn't look Druish. Princess Bride. Another great movie. Mel Brooks inspired. Or Mel Brooks made. I can't remember. Did he make that movie? I think he did. Fab Daddy says, Lima, Pinto, Red, what kind of bean is the best to flick? Neither one of those.
I'm not going to say nothing.
He produced it. That's right. Yeah, Billy Crystal was in it. That's right. Fab Daddy says, I like jelly beans. Yeah, but they don't flick very well. Anyway, yeah, The Princess Bride is a master class in double entendre. The whole movie is double entendre. Every line in that movie means 10 things that you didn't think about. And it's allegorious about the past. It's talking about the movement of the Jewish people throughout the world and their relationship with Germany and other places, all in the guise of a movie. And it's really a good movie. Tennessee Bubba, what's up? Welcome to the show. John Wick is pretty good, in my opinion. Yeah, John Wick is a great movie. You know why? John Wick is a movie that was made by Keanu Reeves' stuntman. And it starred stuntmen. It was 4 stuntmen, made by stuntmen, and executed by stuntmen. And they did it because they were tired of the nonsense that Hollywood was putting out, and they wanted to make a real stuntman movie, and they achieved it. And John Wick 1 is one of the best action movies ever made, hands down. And then they lost the plot immediately. As soon as money started rolling in, they went crazy. But that first movie, the guy that directed that movie was Keanu Reeves' stuntman on The Matrix. And that's when their relationship began, and that's why Keanu Reeves is in this movie at 60 years old. Ironically, for a short period of time, that movie was intended for Clint Eastwood, but he was way too old to actually be in it, so they passed it on to Keanu. But that's who was in mind when they wrote it. And if you read the short story that it came from, the idea of that movie, it's an old man that comes out of retirement because somebody killed his dog. Great movie. Great simplicity. The only details in that movie is bad guy turned good to love his wife. Bad guys killed bad guy's dog. Bad guy got badder than the bad guy. That's it. That's the whole plot. Great movie. It's all about a dog. Sometimes you need simple and straight to the point. In Tennessee, welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you, where you from, and what kind of movies do you like, since we're talking movies tonight? Judy says, hey, Bubba. Amanda.
Hi, Tennessee. Welcome.
Butterbeans. Debbie says, butterbeans, Fab. The answer is always butterbeans.
You got to butter that bean before you cook it.
Yeah, baby. Fab Daddy says, ha-ha. Mr. P says, they don't really make many movies like they used to anymore. I love Princess Bride. Yeah, they don't make movies like they used to. It is a lost art. There was a small resurgence in the early 2000s when they brought back model makers in favor of CGI, because CGI just about ruined everything. But they did bring back model makers and puppeteers, and they started reinvigorating that industry again, and there was a brief resurgence of decent movies, and then it went nonsense. Woke took over, and that was the end of movies. Woke is just about destroyed movie making. You can't tell a good story anymore. Tropic Thunder is an excellent movie, could not get made today. No one would greenlight that movie. And it's one of the best comedies out there. So if you want to really hold your gut while you're laughing your ass off, Tropic Thunder. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. Shit, I don't drop credit. I don't drop character to the credits roll on the DVD. Great movie. What it is says, that would be a good title for a porno, The Beam Flicker. Maybe. Mr. P says, I saw the whole documentary about John Wick. It is on Prime, HBO now, I believe. Nice. I might have to check that out. I like that movie. And I love documentaries about movies. Nugget says Jason Statham makes some good films, but didn't like him in the Fast and Furious. I didn't like the Fast and Furious franchise after about part 3. Anything before Tokyo Drift was all right. Anything after, nonsense. And it just got worse.
I liked them, so I can't say nothing. I'm a car person, so I liked all the movies.
Well, there's no accounting for taste.
And you like some boohoo movies anyway.
No, I like great movies. It's not my fault you can't handle it.
You like some movies that make you sit back and go, what the am I watching?
Yes, I do, because I like to think, because I have a brain and it likes to work. I can't help it if you don't like highbrow movies. Sorry. Not everybody can take that sort of thing. It's okay. Fast and Furious is not one of those movies.
I didn't say it was. I just like the movies. That's like Transformers. I like Transformers
like
too.
Either. You go watch the original cartoon of the Transformers and then watch that Michael Bay nonsense, and tell me what those two things have in common other than names. They don't. Those are not Transformers.
That's the difference between old and new.
No, that's the difference between overbloated and original.
Hey, regardless, they're still keep you on the edge of your seat and wondering what the hell's fixing to happen next.
Not even close.
For, well, some of us.
No. And I like Jason Statham. One of my favorite movies of his is a movie called Crank and Crank 2 High Voltage. Both good movies. The first one's better than the second one, though. And it's based on Hardcore Harry, which is a video game. And they basically took that idea and ran with it in the third person. It's a first-person video game. And they made a Hardcore Harry movie starring Guy Pearce, I think it was. It was all right. But if you want to watch that movie in a good light, watch Crank. It's a great movie.
Crank is a wild movie.
And I think you can get it on YouTube or Amazon. It's pretty easy to find.
Yeah, Crank is wild.
What it is says, I totally missed the plot in Debbie Does Dallas. It was really hard to follow the storyline. The storyline was, can you put this in your mouth?
I bet you couldn't follow it there, Mr. What It Is. At least not for long, anyway.
Fab Daddy says, smiley face. Amanda says, oh, you said that.
Yeah.
John says, yes, because Hollywood went and got all woke, and now you can't watch any effing movie without them somehow including LGBT or beating you over the head with, as the drinker would say, the message. It's retarded. I'm sick of the message. I get it. You guys are just complainers. Tennessee Bubba says, hi, everybody. Glad to be here. I'm from Chattanooga, and I like action movies, Jason Statham movies, and also racing movies. Cool. Have you seen The Indian? The Indian is a movie that stars Anthony Hopkins. It's about the fastest Indian motorcycle on planet Earth. It is a great movie and a tearjerker, and it ends on a happy note. All good qualities. Go check it out.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
And there's racing in there, too. And also, Ford v. Ferrari. Great movie. Fab Daddy says, I decided I wanted to be in pornos. Sell them soundtracks, but AI destroyed that dream. Did they now?
Poor Fab. They just taking all your dreams away, ain't
You
they, buddy?
can't have nothing. Sling Blade was a great movie. Yes, it was. I can't do it. My voice is going.
Anything Billy Bob
Dan.
Thornton.
Mm-hmm. All right, then. I can't do it. My voice won't let me do that crunchy thing. I used to could do that very well. But anything Billy Bob Thornton in is a good movie. Might I recommend the show Landman? Also Billy Bob Thornton. Also a great movie.
Show.
But every movie, Billy Bob is a character actor. The difference between a character actor and an actor is they're different in every movie. Bruce Willis is an actor. He's Bruce Willis in every movie. He doesn't even try. Sometimes they color his hair. Sometimes they put him in a suit. But he's still Bruce Willis.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bum who's going to save the world, and that's the only redeeming quality about him is that he can save the world. Billy Bob Thornton, on the other hand, you won't recognize him in 90% of the things he's in until you know it's him. Excellent. Amanda says,
I don't know what I said. I love that movie. I like Billy Bob Thornton anyway.
Yeah,
Billy Bob Thornton, anything.
and John says, mm-hmm. All right, then. I can't squeeze my voice down and make that sound. Sorry. I can't do it. I've tried. John says Sling Blade. That's right. Nugget says, my is Home Front from Jason Statham. Home Front was all right. It wasn't great. It was all right. The Mechanic was a good movie with Jason Statham.
Mm-hmm.
There's a branch of Fast and Furious called Shaw and Hobbs.
Yes.
That was a good movie. That's an offshoot of what do you call that? Can't think of the word.
Sequel?
Spinoff. It's a
Spinoff.
spinoff of Fast and Furious, but it's a good movie. I think they only made one of them, though.
Yes.
Hardcore Harry was a cinematic first, says Fab Daddy. Yes, it was. Not that it had to be. Nobody really asked for that, but it was decent, but it wasn't great. And there's a reason they don't do more of those, because it was a little bit jarring. If you want a movie that's similar to that, though, Upgrade is a good movie, and I think you'll enjoy that one. Upgrade. It's about a paraplegic that gets a chip in his neck that makes him move, but the chip takes over his body, and he has to fight people against his will, and he is very good at pulling that off. I mean, it looks like his body is doing things he doesn't want it to do. It's fantastic. He's a great actor. I don't know the guy's name, though. Mr. P says, I think June 5th, the new Masters of the Universe comes out. Yep, I'm excited. I hope they don't screw it up.
Too late.
I mean, they probably will. They screw everything up, so they probably will, but I got my fingers crossed. They have ruined Star Trek. I can't even watch Star Trek trailers without cussing the TV. They ruined it. I don't think you can come back from that.
I don't even want to watch nothing to do with Star Trek unless it's got to do with the old ones.
Yeah.
Jake puts on stuff all the time about it. I'm like, oh, do we have to?
Well, I like Star Trek. I want to know.
They've ruined it.
I know they've ruined it, and I'm upset about it, but I still want to know. I might even watch the show, but I just can't bring myself to yet. Eddie Van Halen donated some music to a porn movie. Facts. I don't know about that. What it is, what porn movie, and what Eddie Van Halen. Nugget says, message retracted. I can't read it if you retract it. Nugget says, peeing on a lemon tree. Really?
Yeah. You don't remember when
Anthony,
he has a little boy,
Yeah.
you pee on my tree while I'm gone?
Yeah, that's right. Yep, that's Indian. What it is says, can you pee on my lemon tree while I'm gone? That's right.
I said that. Can you pee on my lemon tree while I'm gone?
And what it is says, funny ha-ha or funny queer.
Not funny,
Is
ha.
that funny ha-ha or funny queer?
Better send an ambulance. Better yet, you better send a hearse.
He doesn't say that.
He
says,
does.
what's the number to 911?
And then he gets on the phone with her.
I reckon I'm going to kill him with it.
And then he says, you better send an ambulance. So better yet, you better send a hearse.
I don't think so.
Yes, he did. You want me to pull it up?
Yes.
Okay.
John says, I do like Jason Statham, too. They never give him real roles, though. That's because he's not a real actor. Always some B-movie script, it seems to me. Well, number one, you got to be good at picking your roles. And I think he just takes whatever comes his way. And number two, he's not a great actor. He's a great physical actor. He's good at fighting, and he's good at being a tough guy. I don't know that he has any range. I don't think he could do a tearjerker and pull it off. I've seen a couple of movies where he's acted. The movie Meg, he tried to play a normal guy in that movie. He was in a medieval movie once. It was really bad. But what's the guy's name? Mike Mickelson? I can't remember the guy's name. He's in a lot of Quentin Tarantino movies. Michael Madsen, that's him. Michael Madsen. It was a bad movie. But that's why. I don't think he's got it in him to be a good actor. The movie Phantasm. Yes. That's old school, though. That's old school horror movie. Nugget says, I watched the Hobbs and Shaw movie. It's not a bad movie. What's up, Monkey Juice? He says, 83 here in Sunday in sunny Florida. Nice. It's not going to be 83 here. Nugget says, good film, Den of Thieves. Yeah. Fab Daddy says, I've seen it. Upgrade. Looking forward to the new Lucy. Oh, God, no. I hated Lucy. Lucy was the worst nonsense I've ever seen in my life. It was garbage. I couldn't believe that Morgan Freeman attached himself to that movie. I couldn't believe it because he's got a science show on TV. Apparently, that's what they think is real. that I could count the inaccuracies, the scientific inaccuracies in that movie on two people's hands. It's terrible. That's a terrible movie with a ridiculous plot. The first 5 minutes was great, though. But, yeah, Upgrade was a good movie. Rush and Blow are good movies, yeah. Judy says, hey, Richard. Amanda.
Monkey hamburger helper hand.
Monkey Juice says, how much snow you guys getting? I don't think we're getting any, but everybody else says otherwise, so we'll see. Mr. P says, Phantasm 2 is one I always keep an eye out for. One of the first nudie movies I saw on HBO as a kid. Yeah. The Beau beautiful lady who's had sex with the older main character. Oh, the beautiful lady who had sex with the main character. Phantasm, I don't remember it being a nudie movie. I guess it had some nudity in it, though, didn't it? Most 80s movies did. Mr. P says, my screen is cracked. Sorry about typos. That's all right. Just type here and then type here. That's a crack joke. You'll get that if you look at your phone. Judy says, we all do typos, John. Fab Daddy says, I blame my English teachers for my poor grammar. Don't blame yourself. Pencils caused that. The name of the King. That's that. Yeah, the medieval movie that Jason Statham was in. Yeah, it was a terrible movie. Name of the King. I think Alec Baldwin was in that movie, or one of the Baldwins was in that movie. It was not a good movie. Had an all-star cast, though. Somebody owed somebody some money is all I could figure. Somebody's kid was making a project film for college or something, and they had to do it. That's all I can figure. Mel Gibson did a movie like that called $1 Million something, or $1 Million Hotel. That's what it was. $1 Million Hotel. Worst movie I've ever seen. Mel Gibson's in it, and he's a great actor. And all I could think while he was making that movie was he owed somebody some money. The World According to Garp. Yes, Robin Williams. Getting jerked off by a nurse. That was my first sexual experience as a child, I think. Mentally. Anyway.
I was going to say you got jerked off by a nurse?
No, I'll watch that movie. What it is says, The Companion with Will Ferrell. I laughed my ass off on that one. The Companion? The Campaign. I don't think I've seen that one. I'm not a big Will Ferrell fan, so I'd have to check it out. Tennessee Bubba says, definitely gonna check out that Indian movie. It's a great movie. Days of Thunder is my top favorite racing movie, and also Gone in 60 Seconds. Let's go. It's a good action-packed car movie. Yeah, but it's too short. The original Gone in 60 Seconds is much better.
Yeah, I like Gone in 60 Seconds, too. I like car movies, period.
It's too short. They just spit that movie out. It's too fast. Angelina Jolie, though. And what it is says American Made was a good movie. Yes, it was. Sad, though. And also true. That's a true story. That really happened. Talking about Barry Seals and his affiliation with the CIA as a drug runner for old Bill Clinton in Mena, Arkansas. Yes, those things are real. And yes, your government does that. Amy says, is the beautiful nude lady the cause for the broken screen? Could be. If he dropped his phone in mid-stroke. Yeah. All right, hit that like button, everybody. Like, subscribe, share, support, join, and super chat if you can, if you want to. I appreciate that very much. Let's see. Amy says, my phone is broke too, John. I get it. Damn. That's considerably harder. You got a place to put your phone. You can even wedge it in there. What it is says, Fast Times at Ridgemont High with Phoebe Cates at the pool scene. Oh, everybody's seen that. Everybody that has a penis anyway. You sniff that movie out.
I was going to say, I've never seen it.
What? I mean, Parker was a good movie. Pretty decent. But there's one of like 30 movies, I don't know how many, but a bunch of movies that are exactly the same. Same plot, same everything. It's all a variant on The Professional. If you want to see the original, go watch The Professional. With the original, it's called The Professional, but they renamed it Leon. Or its original name was Leon, and they dubbed it The Professional, one or the other. That's Natalie Portman's first movie. And the guy that was the Equalizer back in the day. I think. Might not have been him. Amy says, hi, Muggy. Fab Daddy says, The Postman Always Rings Twice was my first sex movie. The Postman Always Rings Twice. I don't think I've seen that. Are we talking pornos? Because, I hadn't seen all those. What it is says, Man on Fire is a good movie. A lot of that narco torture stuff, right? Isn't that the one with Denzel Washington? Anything he's in is good. What's that? Flight is a movie he just recently did that was very good. Where he plays a airline pilot, a drunk, gets in a plane crash and has to defend himself. It's a great movie. Denzel Washington wins all the awards in my book. He is a great actor. Fab Daddy says, or was it Caligula? Caligula was a good movie. First, maybe the first blowjob in a mainstream movie. I'm not sure. I think it is, though. Full on-camera blowjob. Mr. P says, Caligula was wild. I bought it to see it after hearing about it. Crazy. Well, his life was crazy. I mean, the guy hired a horse to be his chief advisor. And he would kill people based on that horse's opinion. And I think he was sleeping with it, too. He killed his wife and then found a boy and dressed him up as his wife and cut his balls off and made him live as his wife. Also true. Amy says, the madhouse has left, and I didn't get my work done, but that's okay. I hear you. Mr. P says, no, my phone's been jacked up for ages. I'm waiting till it quits to replace it. As you should. Nugget says, I like the IP Man films. I have seen the IP Man, the original IP Man, the actual IP Man in action. I have not seen the movies about the IP Man starring, was it Jet Li plays in those movies? But I've seen some of Jet Li's earlier stuff. But the IP Man is the guy that trained Bruce Lee and a few other people. Amy says, someone turned in a key to a scooter or an e-bike. They're going to be mad when it is in the lost and found, which is closed. Ooh, that will be sucky. Maybe you can hang it on the wall where they can reach in and grab it. Mr. P says, y'all wouldn't believe me if I told you how old my Samsung A10e is. Yeah, I would. It's an Samsung AE10. Those only came out at one time.
That's what my backup phone is. It's over here.
Amy says, have you seen Surrogates with Bruce Williams? Yes. It's strange, but not too far off when you think about it, what AI could become. That was a fairly good movie. It wasn't a great movie, but it was a decent movie. I enjoyed watching it. I'm a Bruce Willis fan, so I loved all of his movies right up until he started doing all those direct-to-DVD movies for about 10 years, and he'd do movies where he'd just sit on a park bench and have 3 lines, and then the rest of the movie had him from the behind, and there was another guy playing him. I wasn't into those movies, but actual Bruce Willis movies, I love them all. What it is says American Graffiti. Just about everything Wolfman Jack, Harrison Ford, Suzanne Summers, Hot Rods, and TNA. Amen. Also, the first thing George Lucas ever did popular. The first thing he did was THX, whatever, 2140 or whatever it was. THX something or other. And it was a student film that got a little bit of national release later on in his career. And it was okay, and it starred Robert Duvall and a couple of other actors that became famous later on. But American Graffiti was his first actual hit. And then he did Star Wars. And based on the money he made from American Graffiti, they let him. And that's the reason we have Star Wars, is because he made a good teen flick.
LOL. My old phone is an A10. My new one is an A15 or 20. I've got a 15 or a 20, or one of us has got a 15 and one of us has got, I think Jake's got the 20 and I got the 15.
Whatever. Amy says, I understand completely, Mr. P. Fab Daddy says, oh, I remember a good movie I saw recently. It's called Skin. And it's based on real life. Skin is not based on real life. You just like it because you got to see her naked. And by her, I mean the redhead that I can't remember her name. Not based on real life, though. The girl that played Black Widow, what's her name? And she is naked. I'll give you that. That's real life. Mr. P says, if it ain't proper broke, then it ain't in need of replacement. I agree. Quest for Fire, yes. Ron Perlman's big break in Hollywood.
Scarlett Johansson.
That's her, Scarlett Johansson. You want to see Scarlett Johansson's titties? Don't watch the deep fake of her masturbating by the pool. That's not really her. But the one in Skin is. Just so you know, guys. I'm looking out for you. Hit that like button. Nugget says Morgan Freeman, awesome actor. My favorite role of his is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. I know that's not his best movie, but that's my favorite role he played. Azim.
I liked Torino.
That's Clint Eastwood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like all of Clint Eastwood's movies.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. P says, that's how these companies get you. Got to have a new version, you lose. I agree. I don't like it when they program obsolescence. They started that in the 80s, and they've only gotten worse about it, where you have to buy a new thing every year. I like it when you buy something and it lasts your lifetime. That's the idea. I like old things for that reason. Amy says my screen has cracked spiderweb look to it, and my Bluetooth no longer works, and it barely makes phone calls. Right on. But at least you can watch Untethered Live. That's important. You get to losing that, and I'm going to have to send you a phone. Fab Daddy says, I think it's free on YouTube, the movie Skin. Really? Did they cut out the parts where she's naked? Amy says, I get voicemails weeks after they're left. Wow. And I have a OnePlus Samsung. Gotcha. Mr. P says, then there was the Roadhouse chick. Oh, yeah. If you saw that today, you'd swear she was AI.
That was one of my favorite movies.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse and Dirty Dancing and Next to Kin and Black Dog. Black Dog was one of my favorite movies.
It wasn't a great movie, but I understand why you liked it.
It was a good movie.
Daddy says Skin is about white supremacy group, then it's a different Skin. The movie I'm talking about is called Skin. It's got Scarlett Johansson in it. Aaron, there you are. I was just thinking about you. I was about to ask why you hadn't been in. What's up, buddy? Nice to see you, my friend. We're talking movies. Kill Bill 1 and 2, says John Nugget. Yep, both good movies. I like all Quentin Tarantino movies, even the long and drawn-out ones. He is a great auteur. He has a vision. I like what he puts out. And I like that he does everything in camera, no CG, or very little, very sparing CG. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, great movie. Mr. P says, I was going to say, I was only bringing up the nudie scenes, remembering childhood perv moments. Yeah, I suppose we're always that dude we were as a child or as a kid after having those epic all moments as kids. Oh, yeah. I'm a perv. I admit it. I like what I like, and I'm not ashamed of it because I'm masculine enough to pull it off, and I have no problem with the ladies. So, you are what you are. Most people hide their idiosyncrasies. I think that's a mistake. I think that's what makes you unique. Secondhand Lions is a good movie. It sounds like a sports movie, and I don't think I've seen it. Amanda?
Hamburger helper hand, Aaron.
Amy says, Aaron. Judy says, hey, Aaron. Aaron says, I was out. We played mini golf. Nice.
We were just talking about that the other day.
Yep. Amy says, The 10th Kingdom with John 𝕧𝕗𝒃. I like John 𝕧𝒗𝒃. He played a Klingon in the motion picture, Star Trek motion picture. You didn't know that, did you? That's him.
Oh, yes, what it is. Silence of the Lambs. Yes, I love them movies.
I'm going to eat his liver with some
fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Fava beans and a nice Chianti.
I liked Red Dragon. Red Dragon was the shit.
It puts the lotion on its skin. Yeah, my arm's broke. Can you help me put this couch in my van?
Did you see the Silence of the Lambs series that they did?
Under the skin. Yeah. No, do you know why?
Why?
Because that was Alex Kurtzman, the guy that ruined Star Trek. So I didn't watch it.
It was pretty good. He kind of stayed to the storylines. But it was worth a watch.
I don't watch anything that guy makes. He ruined Star Trek. He lost my respect.
This coming from the one that wants to watch the new Star Trek, though, right?
I didn't say I wanted to watch it. You understand that being a fan means you're in the game. That doesn't mean I enjoy the game. I might hate it, but I still have to watch it. It's got Star Trek written on it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, because I'm a fan. I like Star Trek.
I'm a fan, too, but I'm not going to watch somebody ruin what I like.
It's already been ruined.
That's why I'm not watching
it. Or you can be part of the loop. You can watch it with the rest of us and bitch about it, or you can just sit there with your arms crossed and go, yeah.
Mm.
But I'll be over here enjoying myself with my friends talking about Star Trek.
Go ahead.
Under the Skin was the movie I'm thinking of. Thank you, Fab Daddy. Not Skin. There's another movie with the word skin in it. It's got Antonio Banderas in it. It's a very similar premise, a lot of nudity. And I can't remember what, it might be Beneath the Skin or something like that. I can't remember. Aaron says, yo, family. Aaron, nice to see you, brother. Mr. P says, I really try and choose ladies with real substance nowadays, though. You learn your lessons based on things and based off of looks alone. Yeah, basing things off of looks alone. Yeah, you can't do that. Looks are only skin deep. Ugly is to the bone. But while looks are out running around, ugly will be at home making you coffee. My grandpa told me that, and I'm passing it on to you. Now you live with it. Nugget says, everyone got to watch Barbie. No, I haven't seen Barbie.
I haven't seen it.
I'm not interested in Barbie. I heard it was a great movie, though, and I would recommend it because of that, because people I trust say it was a good movie. I'm not interested in Barbie, so I don't have any need to see it.
I heard it was ridiculous.
I mean, it is ridiculous. It's Barbie. It's not award-winning science. It's Barbie. But as far as Barbie goes, they stayed true to form. And it's full of feminism, though. Be prepared for that. If you're not a feminist, you won't like it. Amy says, I like every Monty Python movie. Likewise, great comedy team. John Cleese, master. Mr. P says, I grew up near the house Wild Bill lived in the movie. It was a popular destination for teenagers, I bet. Fab Daddy says, I fell asleep to Barbie, but Tortured Barbie was funny. You talking about the one with the hair cut off? Yeah. The Sound of Freedom, I heard, was a good movie. I haven't watched it yet, but I have it. I just haven't had a time to sit down and watch it. But I heard it was groundbreaking stuff, and I like the guy. The guy that plays in that movie is the same guy that played Jesus in The Passion of Christ by Mel Gibson. Jim Caviezel is his name.
Great movie.
And I heard it was a great movie. So I'm going to check it out one of these days. I just hadn't got time to watch it yet.
The Passion to keep you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah. Fantastic Mel Gibson joint. And likewise, Braveheart and Apocalypto. All good movies.
Troy was good too.
Yeah, but that's not a Mel Gibson movie.
No, but still a good movie in that genre area.
Genre and area are the same word. Tortured Barbie. Well, all right, boys and girls, it's 10:13. Anybody want to say anything? Any final words? Before you get up for that final snack, hit that like button. I'll be right back. Chariots of Fire. That's a good documentary. If it's what I'm thinking of. John says, yes, Jake. Can you imagine a movie called Ken where they make Barbie look like the Airheads? There would be outrage. I only point that out because what's good for the goose ain't always good for the gander. Well, I can't imagine that. And I don't think it would work very well. Amy says Harvey Corbin and Tim Conway. Tim Conway is a great genius. I loved watching him back in the day on the Carol Burnett show. What it is says, What's Eating Gilbert Grape was a good movie. It was. Also, Leonardo DiCaprio's first movie. Mr. P says, much love, gang. That's it. That's it for me tonight. Have a great night, everybody. I love each and every one of you. I have enjoyed the conversation immensely. Let's do it again. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Y'all can come get politi-tickly with me. Nugget says, looking forward to tomorrow night. Politi-tics show. Got a few things to say about Trump. I've been watching you on Facebook. I hear you. Fab Daddy says, thanks for the suggestions, everyone. I wrote a few down, 2 and 5. That's what we're here for. Thank you, Fab Daddy. Mr. P says, nope. They made Ken look dumb. If they did that, Barbie would have hell to pay, right? Kevin says, hello, Jake and everyone. Well, now I got to stay. Kevin's here. What's up, Kevin? Nice to see you, brother. Aaron says, good show, Jake. Thank you, buddy. Tennessee Bubba says, what do you think of the Mario movie? I think it was pretty decent. Not the greatest, but definitely worth a watch. I love the Mario movie. I thought that was true to point. They stuck to the character. They didn't go woke. It was a good movie.
Sonic was good too.
Yeah, Sonic was good too, but the Mario movie was a decent movie, especially if you're a fan of the game. It was not a record-breaking movie. It was not a blockbuster, but it was a great movie. I enjoyed it. What it is says, Colors was a good movie. American History X was a good movie. I don't know about Colors. Judy says, bye, y'all. What is Colors about and who's in it, what it is? Debbie says, good night, everyone, Debbie. Nice to see you, lady. Amy says, I've got a few things to say about lemon. Don Lemon, yeah, me too. Amanda says,
Niders Untethered Live family.
Kevin says, hello and goodbye. I'm gonna stick around a little while, Kevin. I ain't gonna leave you hanging. Nice to see you, brother. Thank you for dropping by. Tennessee Bubba says, good night, y'all. Hey, Tennessee, hit that like button and subscribe. Come back and see us tomorrow night. It'd be nice to have you around. And Judy says, hey, Kevin. Aaron says, a new Mario's coming. That's what I've heard. Amy says, St. Bernard, Mario Galaxy. That would be fun. That was a good video game. I've been enjoying the Fallout series too, by the way. If you guys are into that, definitely check it out on Amazon. Linda says, hi, Kevin. You all ready for the snow? And Kevin says, Linda, I'm hoping. Me too. Fab Daddy says, if you liked American History X, you'll like Skin. I'll check it out. I haven't seen it, but I'll definitely look at it. American History X was so good because it was so groundbreaking and shocking because they never made anything like that before. I mean, that was right out there in your face. I saw it in the theater, and you could hear the theater gasp at that moment. You know the one I'm talking about. I don't want to give any of it away because the first 5 minutes of that movie, I can imagine just people walking out in droves. You got to watch it to the end, though. That movie's a good movie. What it is says, if you get a chance, look up The Road to Wellville. It was an HBO movie that Anthony Hopkins, Dana Carvey are in. What a pair. And it's pretty funny. Road to Wellville. I'll definitely check that out. I like both of those actors. Aaron says American History X was good because he saw that the hate was stupid. Yes. There's a definite, strong moral stance in that movie. And it came out at a time that was very much needed to be said. Unfortunately, we didn't stick to that thinking. And right after that, shortly after that was when Obama got elected. And then all that race baiting stuff started up, and it just went right back to the way it was before. And I thought we had gotten over that stuff. But I guess it sells. But yeah, American History X is a great movie. Amy says, be careful out there, Kevin. Absolutely. Kevin, how you been doing, buddy? Long time no see. I feel like you've forgotten all about us. Aaron says, Higher Learning was good. I haven't seen that one, I don't think. Maybe. And Linda says, yes, Kevin, be safe. And we need you here to harass you. Nugget says, good night, everybody. You all have a blessed night. You too, John. Thank you for being here, buddy. Kevin says, nothing dangerous about operating a machine. Oh, yeah. Tennessee says, definitely we'll keep up the good work and good night and God bless. Good night and God bless you too, buddy. I'm looking forward to seeing your subscription. It's free. Just hit that subscribe button. Well, I'll feel a lot better knowing you're out there watching the roads, Kev. Making sure everybody has a safe driving experience. Thank you, dear. Whew. Getting awful hot in here. Thank you. Kevin says, I've been in a bad frame of mind lately. Don't need to bring it here. Well, that's exactly where you need to bring it. I'm your friend. Well, these are all your friends. We love you. Is there anything we can do to help? You want to talk privately? Email me. Call me. I'll give you my number. I hate thinking you're in a bad frame of mind, buddy. I want you happy, thinking about good stuff. Being tied up in a basement and all that. And Debbie says, Amanda, put your clothes back on. Jake is getting hot. Linda says, we're here if you need us, Kevin. Heart. Absolutely. Kevin says, LOL. Yes, we are. If you need to talk, please reach out. We're your friends. This is exactly where you need to come when you're having a bad day or a bad anything. That's why we're here. That's why I built this place, so we could have each other. Seen any good movies lately? That's the topic of choice tonight. That. And this. Coming your way very soon. Amanda says, boobies make you feel better, Kevin. Boobies make everything better. They're just better. I don't know why we hadn't figured this out yet. We could solve all of the world's problems with titties. Titties make everything better. Instead of sending an army, we should just send 1,000 women naked. Problem solved. Arms down. Gawking ensued. I'm in favor. Amy says, boobies. Debbie says, Linda, I think Amanda wants you to flash Kevin. That definitely makes his day better, I promise. I always advocate a good flashing. I'd do it myself if I thought I did it for him.
No, Jake, that does it for us.
Kevin says, I just heard about an 11-year-old girl that was followed home and by an illegal. Yeah. Unfortunately, that happens is why we're trying so hard to get them out of the damn country. And if people would get out of the way and let that process happen, it'd be a whole lot better off. But woke is woke. That is not a good thing either. Aaron says, flash and dash. That's the right way to be. Unfortunately, though, the world is going to get worse before it gets any better. Debbie says, I dream of Jake's ninnies.
I do too when they're poking me in the eyeball in the middle of the night.
Hey now. Kevin says, I hear stuff like that. I have ungodly thoughts. Well, righteous indignation is not ungodly. I hate to tell you that, but it's the truth. And we can have a whole sermon on nothing but God's hate towards certain things. And it's not wrong to be angry about that sort of thing. Unfortunately, the world's full of sin, full of evil. And it takes good men like us to do something to stop that evil. Whether it's vote or get out and act or just raise good kids. Just any number of things that we can do. But they need us, me and you. They need men like us. Now ain't the time to fall off the deep end. It's the time to become resolute and stand for what you believe in, because that's the only thing that'll save anybody. And I hope you understand what I'm saying. Aaron's like, ooh. Aaron says, Linda got the ninnies out. Linda's got the ninnies out, does she? I can't see. Did you say lap dance, Aaron? Says Linda. I think you did. Amy says, LOL, Linda. And Fab Daddy says, Jake, just pull the Jackson. Slip of the nip. Aaron says, you offering?
Aaron said he want a lap dance.
Just anywhere in this vicinity will be all right. Debbie says, the 23 Psalms, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, that's us right now. Pretty much. Linda says, smiley, smiley. And that's good girl for I'll never tell. Kevin says, people don't understand. Stuff like that is almost normal in some countries. That's why we need to keep our country the opposite of that. Unfortunately, we got a bunch of young people in this country with big mouths that don't know anything about the world we live in and don't understand what they're asking for. And for some reason, unbeknownst to me or anybody else that I have ever asked, we've allowed them to stand up and start taking over things. When I was a kid, if I said some nonsense like that, I'd get smacked in the mouth and that'd be the end of it. I think we need to go back to those days. Aaron says, I'll message you.
Hell, you can't even spank your kid nowadays without going to jail.
Yeah, trust me. You want to go down dark roads? We can talk. Linda says, don't message me, Aaron. I'm only good at making bad decisions. And Aaron's like, that's kind of what I'm counting on. What are you talking about? I think it was a joke. Aaron says, word, Jake, word. There would be no fun at all if there wasn't bad decisions. The world has got to lighten up. Everybody's walking around going, I'm a teepee, I'm a wigwam, I'm a teepee, I'm a wigwam, I'm a teepee, I'm a wigwam. Relax, man. You're just too tense. All right. Aaron says, I'll message you, Jake and Amanda. Okay, please do. Debbie says, bad decisions got me where I am today. And they can get you where you're going. Bad decisions got me where I am today, too. And I'm still going. But I got a cool shirt. And you guys got some cool hoodies coming your way. Nice, thick, plushy ones that you'll get to enjoy for about a week. Then you have to wait till next year. Patty says, I don't believe that about you, Miss Linda. Don't say that about yourself. Linda's as good as they come, believe that. I can tell you that from experience. Good as they come. But it is getting late. It is 10:30. I need to go to bed. Please hit that like button, subscribe, share, support, join, and if you can, I appreciate that very much. Have a great night, everybody. I love each and every one of you. God bless you all. Go out into the world and be nice to somebody tomorrow. Show the world that you're not going to kowtow to the craziness they're trying to impose upon you by being nice. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand strong on your principles. Don't let nobody tell you how to live. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. We'll talk about some politics and get all crazy up in here.
Good night, UntetheredLive family.
Good night, everybody. Debbie says, I plan on sliding into heaven all used up. Well, don't get all used up. Save a little for yourself. Linda says, I love you, Patty. I'm learning. Amy says, in Indiana, the weather is bipolar. I can wear a hoodie year-round. That's nice. You're getting a good one. Kevin says, good night, everybody. Kevin, please take care of yourself. And if you need to talk, please reach out. I'm here 24/7. If you call, I'll answer. All right? Have a good night. And Patty says, thank you, Amanda and Jake. My pleasure.
You're welcome, Miss Patty.
And Linda says, good night, all. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Good night again, everybody.